Hey everybody, think like a CEO to become one. Every week I do a training program with a bunch of about 20-25 people. In a month, many times we do training with over 150 to 100 people. 90% of them feel that they are stuck in their career. 90% of them feel that their boss is the problem. Okay, I have some news for you. Your manager, your boss is not the reason you're stuck. Your market is not the reason you are stuck. Your academic qualifications is not the reason you are stuck. The reason many of us are stuck is because we don't take ownership for our careers. In this video, I am going to talk about 11 ways, 11 tips in which you can take ownership for your career, think like a CEO, act like a CEO, and watch your career progress to the point where they will make you a CEO. Right? I'm Maneesh Konkar. I'm a corporate trainer. On this channel, we come up with lots of tips on sales and marketing and career success. We also run a digital marketing agency, and we've got plenty of courses that will help you take charge of your career. So, सीखते रहो, बढ़ते चलो, and direction one के साथ. All right, let's begin. So the first tip that we have for everybody is when you want to think like a CEO, you have to act like a CEO. And the first part is to take charge of your own life, your own career by setting a vision. We have been part of lots of offsites which happen in Goa, which happen in Mysore and Uti and different places. And everywhere the CEO is accountable along with his team of his leadership team. He sits and works out a vision for the next 1 year, a vision for the next 3 years. That vision is based on what is happening in the market, an estimate of what the competition is going to do, what have we done well, what have we not done well, some pipeline that is going to happen over the next few months, few weeks or so. And that's how a vision gets set. All right, now the question we have for everybody is what is your vision for the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? Okay, show me a person who has no goals in life, and I will show you a person whose general day-to-day behavior will be that the person comes in late, does not focus on his work, it takes holidays randomly, and doesn't have any plan at all. Okay, so when we talk about a vision for your career, we're talking about two things. First of all, we're talking about your career goals, and second, we're talking about financial goals. Now, why have we separated out career goals and financial goals is because you can make more money in your existing career, but you may still be doing the same job. So, for example, they may promote you from an assistant manager to a manager, but you're still doing the same thing. So you have ended up with a little more money, but your career is still not going anywhere. That's still not career progress. Or you could have a situation where you are, you've shifted you into a new role, and therefore you got a new job to learn, you got new challenges to make. So there is some growth happening, but there may not be any financial growth. So setting a vision for the career means where am I today? Where do I see myself a year down the line? And where do I see myself about 3 years down the line? That's what we recommend. Okay. This is not necessarily in the form of designations. It doesn't mean that you are a deputy general manager today and you want to see yourself as a general manager in the next 2 years. That's one way of defining a goal. The second way of defining a goal can be in terms of the contribution that you want to make to your organization. So one point can be I am bringing in 10 crores of sales every year for my company. Within the next 2 years, I want to take it to 50 crores. It can be in the form of your team size. I am currently managing a team of about 15 people. Within 3 years, I want to take that to 50. It can be in the form of the states or the geographical area or the number of distributors that you are managing. You're handling, let's say, 10 distributors right now. You want to take that to 50 by the next 3 years. So, role and designations is not the only way in which you set a vision for your career. You also set it in the form of all of these examples that I. That's point number one. Okay? That's how you start thinking like a CEO. Point number two is to convert this long-term vision into short-term goals, which are linked to activities and skill sets. So, what do I need to be to become a better CEO? I need analytical skills. I need to understand market research data. I need to be a master on at least 5 different products. I need to understand the ORG Nielsen data that is coming into my feed. I need to understand how to use Power BI. All of these are short-term goals which can be result-oriented weekly goals. So I will learn Power BI by the next 2 weeks. For that, I need to complete 4 online courses, which are part of the learning management system that your HR has already provided you access to. This is how you convert a long-term goal into a short-term activity plan. Now it's become measurable. Now it's become doable, because the earlier goal was, yeah, this is what we call an outcome goal. Vision is an outcome goal. I will get promoted. I will become a vice president. I will become a general manager. I will manage a team of 50 people. These are outcome goals. To achieve those outcomes, I need to have skill sets. So how do I build skill sets? By reading, by doing training programs, by getting experiences, by doing projects, by joining up in task forces. This is how you convert a long-term goal into a short-term activity goal. Point number three, build a personal brand. Um, Now, this is a mistake that I have made in the last 10 years, and I'm correcting it through videos like these. I post 3 times a week on LinkedIn. We're trying to get into a schedule where we post 3 times a week on long form video, which is content like this, and 7 reels per week, which is 1 reel per day. I want to share with you when I got addicted to this concept of building a personal brand. So I had been posting on LinkedIn on and off for a long time, but I really got success about 6 months back. And what happened was, one of the posts that I wrote on HUL. HUL came out with a new distribution system, and I wrote a long post on it and tagged a few companies on it, and some of that went viral. On LinkedIn, going viral can be going to a few thousand views. There, it got some 110,000 views. I got 6 calls from 6 customers. 2 of them were already my clients, 4 of them were new ones. Out of the 6, 3 of them got converted to business, giving me a business of about 26 lakhs in the next 3 months. This happened about 6 months back, right? From that moment onwards is where we are addicted to building a personal brand. If you're a salaried employee working in a company, um, you don't have to do this simply because you are looking for a job. You have to do this because, everything else being equal, if you have achieved 120% of your target, and the other people who are also in a race with you to the top have also achieved 120% of the target, then it is these emotional things, it is these subjective things in terms of your reputation that is going to matter. And building an online brand on LinkedIn is one of the easiest steps that you can take. It's absolutely free. For the first time in the history of the world, we have brand building which is absolutely free. There is no entry barrier to it. There is a skill set that is required, and we've got a few videos on how to build that online brand on LinkedIn. Our courses will help you do that. That's the third step that is required: build a personal profile. If you see all these Shark Tank judges on TV, you will find that many of them are very active on LinkedIn, and that's the whole point. That's critical. Point number four is, we need to become better communicators. As it's not technical knowledge; it is your communication skill that is more important. For example, if you take a person, you take technical knowledge and communication skills, and you take technical knowledge on a scale of 1 to 10, communication skills on a scale of 1 to 10. Give me a guy who is a 9 on technical knowledge and a 4 or 5 on communication, and I'll say it's fine. Give me a guy who's 6 on technical knowledge but a 9 on communication, and that's the guy who's going all the way to the top. Okay. As a leader, you will have to make presentations. As a leader, you will need to conduct very strong appraisals. As a leader, you will make presentations to your customers. You will talk to your channel partners. Um, you have to be inspiring when you talk to all of these people. So communication skills becomes very necessary for you to become a CEO. That's like a no brainer, and no debate on that. All right, fifth point is that we are right now in a situation, especially in India and in the world, where it is necessary to become a quick learner. If you are in IT, the technologies are literally changing every 3 to 6 months. If you are in automobile, I will tell you the challenge that is facing. We've got 6 different technologies. You've got petrol, you've got diesel, you've got CNG, hybrid, electric, and now hydrogen is coming in. Which of these is going to become the market leader? No one knows. Donald Trump has just completed about 3 to 4 months in office. The world is completely different over the last 90 days, 100 days or so. So becoming a quick learner is learning about new skill sets that are required. Managing Gen Z is very different from managing the other generations, and they set their boundaries very quickly. And it's good that that they are doing that, because we'll run better cultures, not the crazy 12-hour work days that we in India work. And therefore, becoming a quick learner is point number four, critical to become a CEO. Point number five is it's important to keep track of industry trends. For example, let me take FMCG and let me take the growth of quick commerce and e-commerce in India. When I was in ITC, general trade was 100% of the total business. In 2002, 2003, Kishore Biani came in with the modern trade format. And by 2006, 2007, modern trade was about 10% of the total story. General trade was about 90%. Modern trade was about 5 to 10%. E-commerce came in 2007, and e-commerce took some market share, and till 2020 we would have a ratio of about 90% for general trade, 7% for e-commerce, and 3% for quick commerce. And that's the ratio. And sorry, not quick commerce, on modern trade. Now, what we've seen from 2021 with Blinkit, Zepto, and Swiggy Instamart coming in is quick commerce is now becoming rapidly very big. So much so that ITC's share of business from general trade has dropped from 90% about 10 years back to only 70% today. Organized channels, which is quick commerce, e-commerce, and modern trade, now account for about 30% of total ITC sales. This is the industry trend. If you look at automobile, we have a situation where SUVs, which were barely 10 to 15% of the market about 10 years back, have now become more than 50% of the market. Hybrid is becoming more and more popular, but internal combustion engines continue to rule the roost. These are different trends in industry that are taking place. The market no longer wants fuel efficiency; it wants features. Safety has become a big or important aspect of the market. So, point number six about how to become a CEO is, are you aware of what is happening in the market? And are you transforming your organization to adjust and gain from these changes in the market that are taking place? Companies which are not able to adjust to this change, for example, Kodak, for example, Nokia. Nokia was very late to come up with the smartphone revolution. BlackBerry was late to come to the smartphone revolution. And by the time they came out with the smartphone, it was just too late. The company was dead. So, keeping track of industry trends and molding your organization to prepare to benefit from these industry trends is point number six, is a skill set that is required to become a CEO. The seventh point, Sachin had Ramakant Achrekar as a mentor. I made this mistake when I was in corporate training. I didn't have any mentor. Most of the mistakes I made on the job. And it took me a long time to learn how to benefit from those mistakes. In the digital agency piece, I'm much more smarter. As we run our digital marketing agency, I have on call about 3 or 4 mentors whom I quickly call up and take inputs, and that saves me a lot of time and a whole lot of money in terms of mistakes that I'm making. So find a mentor, that's very critical. This mentor can be a series of books that you are reading. ChatGPT can be your mentor. We use ChatGPT a lot in our program, in our day-to-day lives, and finding a mentor, therefore, very critical. Point number eight is to do social service, not for the reason of social service, but to become a better leader. I'll tell you why we're talking about this. See, if you are a deputy general manager and you run a team of, say, 5 or 10 people, or maybe you're an area sales manager and you manage a territory, and you've got dealers, distributors, and you got your own area executives who report into you, and you tell them to do something. So the point is that there is this hierarchy that you're a manager, you're their boss, you do their appraisals, so they will listen to you. But you come to your building and you try to organize a dandiya function. You trying to get people involved into maintaining the society properly. and you find that everybody is a flat owner, nobody reports to anybody, there is no hierarchy. Okay? And the ability to provide leadership when there is no hierarchy is a very, very powerful leadership skill. So, what we are talking about is do social service to develop leadership skills. If you can motivate a bunch of people who do not report into you and inspire them to take the actions that you feel are necessary to improve your society, to improve your area, your street, that is a great leadership skill. That's point number 8. Point number 9 is if I tell you to do 10 things and you do 8 of them, you're in red, not meets expectations, does not meet expectations. If I tell you to do 10 things and you do all those 10 things and stop, then you are orange, you meet expectations. But if I tell you to do 10 things, which is part of your role, and you do those 10 things and you do 2 or 3 more things, which is not expected of you, but which is where you volunteer. Let's say you volunteer for a task force, you volunteer to do an activity which is more than what is expected from you as an area sales manager. Now you are getting into green territory. Now you are getting into doing more than what is expected from you. That's the role of a CEO. Next point, second last point, is understand how your company makes money. We find this knowledge completely missing in most people. Most people will not even know what is the turnover of their own companies. They know how much their money they are making, but understanding finance, understanding how the money comes in, what is, you don't have to be a chartered accountant to be able to understand finance. You can just understand the profit and loss account, understand how the company is making money. For every 1 rupee that the company makes, what are the major cost expenses, how are those cost expenses moving, what is happening within the category, what is inflation, raw material price inflation. Basic knowledge about finance, about how your company makes money, will go a long way to you helping the organization make more of it, which is basically your role as a CEO, okay, to provide shareholder returns and maximize wealth creation. 11th, coming up to all of these things, is take charge of your career. HR is not going to help you. Your boss is not going to help you. They have their own challenges. They might provide the context, they might provide the opportunities. We have this concept in our training programs where we start with this statement. You can take a horse to the water. People like me can guide the horse as to how to drink the water, but the damn horse has to be thirsty. And if you're not thirsty to grow your career, then why on earth do you expect you to win? What is your right to win? So taking charge of your career, uh, one question we ask is, other than the training programs that your company sends you to, how many other learning opportunities did you create for yourself? Do you volunteer for work in task forces more than what your company expects from you in the form of KPIs? That's the concept of taking charge of your career. All right. If you reached till here, thanks a lot. I compliment you for listening to all of these points, and I urge you to implement them in your day-to-day line of work. At Direction 1, we've got a number of courses that will help you do this. So keep doing those courses. सीखते रहो, बढ़ते चलो, and Direction 1 के साथ we're going to help you a long, long way there. So go ahead and if you like something about the video, do put it in the comments. It helps the YouTube algorithm understand how this video is making sense to all of you and helps you promote, helps us reach to more people. And follow this channel, share this video with your friends, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you.